Hello, today I will present living space needs of an elder toward healthcare design developed by an interior designer Donia MAALEJ and a doctor Dorra MAALEJ. The geriatric population continues to increase with the evolution of medical research. However, new needs of this population are emergent over time, resulting in a gap between the existing situation and the new needs, especially with regard to the functionality of space. Indeed, living in a space that is not adapted to an elderly person can lead to severe diseases. The rehabilitation of the living space of an elderly person can prevent these accidents and consequently have a positive impact on several levels. We will conduct an analysis of cases of 6 case study that will help us to propose a professional guide for the rehabilitation of an elderly person's living space for healthcare professionals and interior designers in order to preserve their autonomy as much as possible. According to studies conducted by Perspective Mount, the geriatric population is evolving as shown in the following diagram. In 1998, the population segment accounted for 2% of the total of population. In 2008, this population accounted 6.5%, and in 2018, this population segment accounted 8.1%. This demographic shift poses a risk of collapse for the healthcare system. The question is, to what extent do design approach focused on the specific needs of elderly individuals living alone and experiencing multiple pathology improve their safety, comfort, and autonomy in their living environment? Our sampling is limited to a geriatric population aged 65 years and older. Our study was conducted a data collection from was 5 around control urine hands. Body scales were used to assess the patient's needs. So the study is based on several medical and architectural indicators. So for the indicators, we have objective indicators such as medical indicators and architectural indicators. For the subjective indicators, we study the experience of the user for 2 months. For the first case, the study examines an 82-year-old woman suffering from joint disease and a heart rhythm disorder. The architectural study shows an adequate living space adaptation for an elderly person, such as furniture, subspace, and bathroom safety needs. So the history of falls shows 3 falls in the shower room, in the bathroom, and the front porch stairs. For these falls, we have some without consequences and one with femur fracture. The second case examines a 90-year-old woman with dementia, decreased visual acuity, urinary incontinence, and walking difficulty. So the study emphasized the need to consider both psychological and environment factors to assess fall risks in older adults. So the history of falls. The patient has a 3 history of falls: in the hallway without consequences, in the bathroom without consequences, and in bedroom in which she had a femur fracture. The third case examines the cases of an 82-year-old patient with several diseases close her home. The study highlights the needs for a comprehensive assessment of both patient-specific needs and the design of their home environment to inform targeted intervention to improve safety and reduce fall risks. She had a history of one history of fall in the hallway and without. The fourth case examines a 69-year-old patient with Parkinson's disease, epileptic, diabetic neuropathy, memory impairment, and urinary urgency. The patient living space is not adapted to his needs, with several design flaws, such as stairs, height of kitchen cabinets, and insufficient lighting, among others. The patient has had a 4 history of falls in the bedroom with carpet back from a low table with a height of 40 centimeters, and the 3 others without consequences. The 5 case examines an 83-year-old patient suffering from rheumatic arthritis, walking difficulties, high blood pressure, and hypocosis. The study suggests adaptations such as non-slip mats, grab bars, and adequate lighting to reduce the risk of falls. She had one story of falls in the living room, and in the consequence she had the palpebral edema. The final case examines an 89-year-old woman with Alzheimer's disease, limited mobility, and a history of falls. The study suggests adaptation such as grab bars, non-slip mats, and adequate lighting to reduce the risk of falls. She has 3 history of falls. Each one has a fracture. In the hallway she has foot fracture, in the bathroom hand fracture caused by the walker and the slippery floor, and in the kitchen with an unstable chair she had a spinal fracture. The study identified areas for improvement in the living spaces of elderly individuals to enhance their quality of life. Issues such limited accessibility and safety concerns were identified, highlighting the needs for environmental modification. Improving features like slippery floors and inadequate lighting can mitigate risks for older adults with mobility challenges. These findings corroborate and build upon previous scientific studies that have investigated the importance of adapting living space to minimize fall risk, enhance autonomy, and promote the overall well-being of older individuals. The consistent focus on environmental modification and comprehensive assessment underscore the relevance of consideration both the physical and needs of the individual and the design of their living environment in order to create safe and supportive home for the elderly person. The study findings have important implications for designing age inclusivity living space, emphasizing the needs for tailored improvement in accessibility and safety. Features such as non-slipped flooring, grab bars, and wider doorway can enhance safety and accessibility, while a housing design checklist can guide architects and developers in promoting age inclusivity. To implicate guidelines for a living space of an elderly person, it's important to consider the specific needs and challenges that come with aging. Here are some key principles of inclusive design to consider in our guidelines. Accessibility, comfort and ease of use, flexibility and adaptability, sensory consideration, inclusivity. So, by integrating these principles of inclusive design, the guidelines for the living space of an elderly person can be designed to be safer, more comfortable, and more accommodated to their specific needs. In conclusion, creating a living space for an elderly person requires a focus on inclusive design, including healthcare design principles to ensure the safety, comfort, and well-being of the individuals. So we propose to incorporate technology such as light sensor and DMS camera to enhance healthcare design by optimizing lighting condition and enable healthcare monitoring. However, healthcare design encompass more than technology, involving consideration like accessibility, ergonomic furniture, and noise reduction. Ultimately, it's a collaborative effort that contributes to a more inclusive and supportive society for people of all ages. This is some reference for our study. So thank you for your attention.